What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I just want to let you know that as a brand new tractor owner, first time tractor owner, I'm pretty dang frustrated with the TYM 574. So let me explain. Now before I scare you away, let me first tell you that when this thing is running the way it's supposed to, it's a beast of a tractor. 55 horsepower, it's been doing what I need it to do, but it's been broken most of the time. So what have the issues been? Well, I had a super high pitch whining sound when the tractor was in higher RPMs. That started around maybe 30 hours of use on the tractor. That ended up just being a loose fan belt. I was able to fix that relatively quickly myself once I was able to diagnose what the problem was. My PTO has gone out, and now the tractor won't go into gear because the gear shift had broke and I needed to replace that, and it's not right after replacing. So let me get into those in a little bit more detail. So the chickens and ducks are not far away and they tend to follow me, so if it gets a little loud on here, I apologize, but that's just how it is around here. I bought the TYM 574 because I knew that we needed a large tractor out here in order to do the work that needs to be done. It was a big financial decision to do so. I think out of the gate with the tractor, a bucket, a grapple, a box blade, and forks, I was right around $40,000. So not a small investment by any means. And it's financed, and I'm not big money like that. But in order to do so, I needed to make some other big financial decisions, one being selling my awesome truck that I had. It was my perfect truck, my dream truck, and I decided to part ways with it so that I could afford a tractor. And I bought the 92 F350 truck that has been giving me plenty of issues since I've got it, to replace my Ram 1500. So that being said, when the tractor started acting up, I was really doubting myself and questioning whether or not I made the right decision. So the first thing to go wrong with the tractor was like a whining sound on it. I didn't think it wasn't affecting the performance of the tractor or anything like that, but when I got into the higher RPMs, there was a really loud, annoying whining sound. Not a big deal when I had headphones in, but it was pretty loud. Then in December, I had the PTO go out. All of a sudden one day the PTO wasn't working. So I called up my dealer. I bought my tractor from Island Tractor NC. They're out on the coast of North Carolina. And if you buy a TYM tractor in North Carolina, it doesn't matter what dealer you go with, they're all coming from Smith's Enterprise down in Salemburg. I didn't know that because when I first started reaching out about TYMs, I went and was talking about it with Smith's first. And the email communication back and forth was not quick. Spelling, grammar issues, just not what I was expecting when I'm purchasing a big, expensive piece of equipment. So I decided, hey, communication isn't here. I'm going with another dealership. And at the time, I didn't know that Smith's handles everything. But Island Tractor NC, they were more responsive to me. They were answering my questions in a more timely manner, and I think a more thorough manner. Super nice people. Bruce, Scott, and Taylor handles their social media stuff. All really nice people, polite, friendly. So I reached out to them saying my PTO is done. We couldn't diagnose it over the phone through the dealer. I can understand that. It's hard to do things over the phone. But where I was frustrated is I was searching far and wide on the internet trying to figure out ways to troubleshoot the PTO not working. And I had requested a service manual so that I could further investigate that and try to figure it out on my own. It's now February 10th. I just received the service manual. It was forwarded to my email like a day ago because I've just been constantly asking for it because I want to be able to troubleshoot things when they go wrong on this first, because I don't like jumping the gun and reaching out if it's something easy that I can fix. But anyhow, the PTO didn't work. We weren't able to diagnose it, so I called TYM corporate and I spoke with Cody. I believe he's their field service manager. Super friendly guy, very knowledgeable. We were able to diagnose the issue over the phone, and we determined that the PTO switch was bad. How it went bad, we don't know. It's a new tractor. He said that that's not very common. So anyway, a new PTO switch was ordered through my dealer to send out to me on a warranty claim. Then I went to get into the tractor and put it in neutral to get it to start, and the gear shifter just snapped in half. If you look at the gear shifter, I'll try to get a video of it and put it up here. The threads from the bolts take up the majority of the shaft, and that's an obvious weak point. So when I spoke to my dealer on that, they realized that that's a known issue through TYM. So at that point in time, the tractor was immobile. I couldn't move it. It was just stuck in the yard. So they sent me out a new gear shifter. Again, only instructions I had was take the bolts off that are holding it on, put the new one on, boom. So I did that. Little did I know that hydraulic fluid was going to come pouring out when I made that repair, which I guess is normal. So I did that, put the new gear shift in. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. There's I think 4 bolts, and you got to give it a little tug to get it off of there, and then put the new one in, seal up the bolts, refill the fluid. Not a big deal. The tight space is rough though. I'm not a mechanic, so working in the small spaces like that, that's not my thing. So once I did that, the tractor would start. It feels like it's in neutral. I could get it to start. I have to kind of there's a little safety mechanism on this that has to be engaged in order for the tractor to start. So I kind of had to work it a little bit to get it to touch that safety mechanism. I got it to start, but the tractor won't go into any gear. And it's in neutral when it starts, but it'll go forward and backward. So there's some disconnect there. I believe the tractor is in low, but it's allowing me to start it somehow. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, it's not operating the way it should. So let's get into the customer service side of things. So the dealership said, hey, we're going to order you the parts. We're going to get the parts sent to you. You can make the repair yourself so that you can get the tractor moving again. I said, okay, because I didn't have a way to load it up on a trailer or anything like that with it being immobile. So the parts are sent out. This is not on the dealership. It's really not on TYM either. It's on FedEx. But the PTO switch showed up, and the box was kind of open, and the gear shifter wasn't in there. So it obviously fell out. FedEx didn't care enough, and they just delivered it anyway. So reached back out to the dealer. Scott was quick to jump on that. Reached out to TYM, and they got a new one, and it was here a couple of days after. So awesome on that. Really happy with that. So as far as getting parts, no issues there. But then we get into the communication customer service aspect of figuring out what we're going to do with this thing to get it back up and running so that I can use it. Now, when the PTO went out and the gear shifter went out, this tractor was down for almost 3 weeks, and during that 3 weeks, I'm still paying for the tractor, right? The finance company doesn't say, hey, we know the tractor's down, so you don't have to pay this month. I'm still paying in full for a tractor that is broken and it's brand new. So that is extremely frustrating, and I think anyone would agree that that is extremely frustrating. So anyhow, I continued to request for a service manual because I got the parts in, but I still didn't have a service manual. I kept asking for one, and Island Tractor was saying, we're working on it, it's hard to get, we don't have a way to print it off. It's a PDF document. And so I suggested put it on a USB drive. I offered to pay for it because I know they're big documents, and I wasn't expecting it for free because I'm pretty sure that a service manual isn't something that the tractor owner usually gets. It's usually for the dealerships and the repair shops. So I get that, but I offered to pay for one. I said I wanted one. I have every right to own a service manual for a piece of equipment that I have. So I kept asking for that, and I just kept getting like, well, I'm not computer savvy, I don't know, it's a pain in the butt, like just kind of, in my opinion, bullcrap excuses of, well, it's not that important to us, so we're not going to get it out to you quickly. So that just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm really tired of people giving me lame excuses saying, well, COVID this, COVID that. Like, I get it. Like, it's either you can do it or you don't, because everybody's dealing with the same things right now. So anyway, I was asking about when can we get this in the shop. The dealership is 2+ hours away from me, so I have to go and lose an entire day to get this brand new tractor fixed, and that's frustrating for me, but I understand if that's how the warranty claims are going to work, and I have to bring it in, I'll bring it in. I think when something is going wrong on a brand new tractor and it's not the owner's fault, a repair tech should come out here, diagnose it, see if it can be fixed on site, and fix it on site, because that just seems what's right. But I'm being told that the tractor industry, that's not how it is. You got to bring it everywhere. I was told that by my dealer that if I had any other brand of tractor, they're just going to go by the contract. They're not going to try to work with you. And again, like, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is, but I don't think that's right. So maybe that can change and dealers can take on a different approach so that they don't get nasty videos and publicity like they're getting with this one. So this is where the big kicker comes in, and something that is just a pet peeve of mine, and it drives me nuts when it happens. But when somebody says, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, or I'm gonna call you at this time on this date to discuss the issue, and then they don't, that sends me off the deep end, because I don't do that with my customers. If something comes up and I'm unable to make that time hack that I had said prior, I reach out and say, hey, sorry, I can't, I'm busy, like something popped up, I'll call you as soon as I can, but it's not going to be at our predetermined time. So the dates were, I believe it was a Wednesday. Me and Scott from Island Tractor talked on the phone, and he said, I'll call you tomorrow about the scheduling, because he has to reach out to Smith's Enterprise to figure out when they can get the tractor in, all that kind of stuff. I said, okay. Thursday about mid-afternoon, haven't heard anything. Shot him a text message, hey, you got any updates on the scheduling stuff yet? He calls, thinking I'm talking about the service manual, and I said, well, yeah, I mean, that too. I still don't have that, and that would be nice. But what's up with the scheduling for the tractor? When are we getting it in? He said, well, let me talk to Smith's. I'm headed over there now. I might be able to get you an answer today, but if not, I'll call you in the morning or around lunchtime on Friday. Okay? Friday goes by. I'm busy all day. I got other things to do anyway, so I just let it roll. I said, all right, I'm not going to get a call today, I guess. So on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I understand not everybody works on the weekend, but I didn't get a call either. So now Monday rolls around, and I'm very frustrated at this point. It's about midday Monday. I still haven't got a call, so I posted kind of like not a super negative thing on my Instagram story, like, which is a 24-hour thing, not a big deal, but just voicing my frustration that I haven't got a call. So then I get a call saying, I called you on Friday. I've got a log on my phone. I didn't get any call on Friday. I didn't get any voicemail or nothing like that. And I was getting some backlash from my dealer because I was frustrated. That's not how that's supposed to work. If I'm frustrated because I have legitimate problems and you're going to get mad and frustrated at me for being frustrated, that's an issue. We can't be having that. So we talked about everything going back and forth. There's just some disconnect. And as of right now, this goes in on Monday. So I'm bringing it in. They supposedly have a fix for the gear shifter where it shouldn't break ever again. So they're going to do that, and they're going to take a look at it, make sure that it's in the right gears, all that kind of stuff. So that is a very long-winded way of saying that I'm having a lot of problems with the TYM 574. It's a great tractor. I'm hoping that I didn't get a lemon. I'm hoping that once this whole gear shift situation is looked at and remedied, that I won't have any issues moving forward, because I want to love the tractor. I want to have a good relationship with my dealer and TYM as a whole. I don't like being bitter. I don't like being nasty. It just seems like over the last year and a half, 2 years, the only way you get people to do anything when you need their assistance is to get a little nasty with them. And I hate having to do that. I really, really do, because it's never a personal thing, but whoever's on the other end of the phone representing the company that I'm dealing with, like, you're ultimately getting the brunt of my frustration. And I know that's not fair, but somebody's got to take it, because if you wear a shirt or a hat with the logo of the company that I'm dealing with, you're up. That's, if anybody has issues with me, I'm the one dealing with it, and I know that I have to act in a professional manner and utilize the customer service techniques that I've learned through being a police officer, and make it happen and make it right. So hopefully it'll be right. Hopefully we'll get this thing up and you'll see it in plenty of videos, and I won't have anything else negative to say about it, because, just to reiterate, the tractor's a monster. It's really nice. I've been able to move a lot of dense, thick material with the bucket. The box blade on it, it's an economy box blade. It's nothing to write home about. It's super light too, so I'll probably get another box blade, but overall the implements, they're good. I just wish the communication would be a little bit better. I hate having to reach out to people asking for updates. That's not my job. I'm gonna do it though, because this is mine and I want it to operate the way it should be, so I'm gonna constantly reach out. And if I have to keep reaching out and I'm not getting the answers that I need in a reasonable amount of time, then I'm gonna get angry. So that's it for this one. I just wanted to keep you updated on the TYM tractor drama, because it was just taking up too much of my Instagram stories, and those little 15-second clips, I can't just talk about everything, and maybe some context is lost there. But if you have any questions or concerns about my experience thus far, or the tractor, please leave them below. I'll answer them the best I can. Again, I'm not bashing anyone specifically. This video is not me saying don't buy a TYM tractor, don't buy from Island Tractor NC. Look, it's none of that. I'm just putting this out there as more of like an awareness thing. And if they make it right, you bet your ass I'm gonna post an update saying they made it right, everything is hunky-dory, good to go. But if it's not, that will also come. But I think that's it. I'm just tired of playing games with everybody. We're in the house, we got a lot of stuff going on, and all the subcontractor, everybody's playing that runaround game of we don't know when it's going to be in, we have no idea on scheduling, COVID this, COVID that, supply chain. I get their issues, but you got to work through them. And if you're passing the buck to your customer on saying, well, it is what it is, like, it's just not the right answer, because I don't do that to mine. And I know a lot of other businesses don't do that, and I speak very highly of the businesses that have excellent customer service, and that has now been a major factor in all of my purchasing decisions of late. Just to summarize and to wrap this video up, I love this tractor. I just want it to work the way it's supposed to work, because when it works the way it's supposed to work, it works. It's a really nice tractor, a lot of capabilities, and I think at a fair price point. So I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want to say that I'm bad-mouthing anybody, because I know problems arise and sometimes they take longer to fix, but I believe that some of these issues could have been fixed faster with more clear communication, and the fact that they know that the gear shifter is a weak point on the tractor and they have a fix for it. Just do the fix before you ship it out to the customer. Because apparently I'm not the first one that the gear shifter has just snapped in half on the tractor, and that seems kind of crazy, especially on a brand new tractor. I could understand if the thing was 30 years old and it was rusted out or something like that, but that's not the case. That's it on this one. thank you guys so much for watching, for your continued support. I will definitely keep you updated, good or bad, on this tractor. You're going to see it, and hopefully you'll see it in plenty of videos. But if it happens to be a lemon and keep giving me problems, I will seek different options at that point in time. Hopefully that does not arise and won't be the case. But if it is, we'll just roll with the punches and go with it. So thank you guys. I think that does it for this one. We'll see you on the next video.